Hi. So I just wanted to do another little ramble as I've been enjoying them recently. And I wanted to ramble about one of the shocks of my last few months as an AEW fan in terms of the roster. And that is Clon. I fucking love this guy. He's great. And Clon, I just didn't expect to be this good. I thought Clon was just going to be... Obviously, he does spawn from Hologram. And he's the evil clone to Hologram. And frankly, like, Hologram's a topic in itself because Hologram's very shameless in what he is. But as a wrestler, he's pretty good. Bro, Clon stole the fucking show. Every match I see Clon in, I adore the guy. I think he steals it. I really do. I think Clon against Pac is a match I need. I feel like that's a pay-per-view level match. But fucking Clon, again, every match he has, he steals it. Like, bro, he had a match against Commander that fucked. Obviously, the Sempatico match. He's had the tag matches, the match against Moxley. Bro, they're just great. Moxley, I'm sure he had one against Briscoe. Bro, he's great. He really is. And it's so unassuming to come from because Clon could have easily just been, oh yeah, let's just have a gap. That's what I thought it'd be. I just thought it'd be an opposition to Clon rather than an actual wrestler they're trying to develop as his own thing. But frankly, he's surpassed Hologram in every single aspect. That he calls himself the upgrade. He's damn right. He really is. He's, again, phenomenal. And I love how weird he is. I love how, like, they really went into the character of being with, like, the taunt, stuff like that. How they make just his movements, the kick, like his Pele kick that he does, where, like, he just leans back and then he's, oh my god, his movements, body language is second to none. Bro, he fits. Like, the Don Callis family stable is incredible as it is. And Clon's one of my favourites in that entire stable. That's an insane statement. I really do. I love the guy. I think you gotta look. I think, again, it was very easy to make this guy very one note, very boring, frankly, very much, oh, fuck off, Clon, get out my screen. And he's just, to every opportunity he's had, he's just ran. He's just ran, stole the show, like I said. I mean, the aerial ability of the guy, again, the body language, the athleticism. Again, I've just really took to him, and I think a lot of people have too, because I think every time you see Clon, like, don't get me wrong, whenever you get a Moxley match with this Continental run, it's insane, but you're like, Jesus, Clon versus Moxley, that'll fuck. Bro, like, it's a shame we won't get, like, Andrade versus Clon at the current minute, because obviously same stable. It feels like Clon versus Bandito has to happen. Clon versus my boy Dorada, obviously. Clon versus Kevin Knight, Clon versus Pac. There's so many. Clon versus Ospreay would be incredible when he comes back. You know, and that's not even including the likes of Hangman, a Swerve. You know, even a, frankly, give me a Joe versus Clon. That could be great. There's a lot of stuff you could do with Clon, and I think it's more of a credit to have that be done with, again, something so, not dead on arrival, but very hard challenge to make this believable and very entertaining. And they really have done that. They've really elevated it. And I cannot give them all enough credit, especially Clon himself. I love how in the Don Callis family, he's kind of just there, but he's also a bit like, you know, he fits, but he doesn't. Like, he looked out like a sore thumb. I remember that reveal when he was like, he was dressed up as Hologram, but then he, you know, turned out to be Clon. You're like, what the fuck's this dumb shit? And then he's just, ever since then, it's just kind of like that's a distant memory. You obviously are going to get him and Hologram's eventual blow-off. That has to happen. But I hope that doesn't mean the end of him, because, like, I kind of like the idea of him being this evil, like, clone, essentially. But he just surpassed, like, I love the fact that it's very tropey in the sense of, I am your ultimate, I am better than you in every way, but Clon will still beat him. It's a perfect match to lay up in terms of story-wise. But I like the idea of Clon doing more. That's what's wild. I feel like Clon's just a much better idea than Hologram, and I don't know what the general consensus is on Hologram anymore. I know he's out injured, which is unfortunate. The guy's not a bad wrestler, it's just Clon's a great wrestler to me. He really is. He's a great wrestler. Everything he's done, again, everything in AEW he's done, it's worked. And I don't even think he's done much CMLL stuff. I know he's been there once or twice, a few times now, but I don't think he's done the most. And it's like, that's what I find very interesting. I would love to see what you do with Clon going forward, because, like, the matches are there. This is the thing, the matches are all there for Clon, and they work. And I love the gimmick of it's a luchador who's still a bit, like, you know, weird and, like, creepy. Not in the sense of, like, grr, like, you know, as ancient and traditional as Lucha Libre is, but, like, having, like, a slow, creepy, like, you know, kind of twisted version of a luchador, like, you know, especially with the movements. I think that's really interesting. The color scheme, everything about it to me is just, I love it. I love when he teams up with, you know, a Kyle Fletcher, with a Takeshita. Him and Hechicero have great chemistry. There's so much there, and I hope, I really do hope, I think Tony knows that, like, frankly, he's better. But I wonder how they play that off. I think that's what's interesting to me. How do they play that off? I don't know what you do with El Clon in terms of a title picture. Do you put him in the... Don't wrong, I'd kill for El Clon with TNT scene. But because he's mute, he doesn't... You know, how it's going to be hard to do a title reign like that. You know, you're going to have him in hologram probably do a lot. But, you know, I think if you want to keep him lucha specific, you have got Serpentico there. You have got Bandido there. Obviously, you've got Commander. That Commander match with El Clon was great, by the way. Remember that was a phenomenal match. I really enjoyed that. And again, you got Pac Andrade if you ever want to run that. You know, you got so many people there. Again, I think the Pac match is what I want to see. I feel like if you do Pac versus El Clon 1v1, it'll burn the house down. If that's not a Collision or a Dynamite main event, I don't know what it is, because that reeks of like a TV match of the year. You could do him and Claudio feuding for the CMLL belt, maybe, because you're going to do something with Hechicero there, evidently. You could have him. He reminds me of Rey Fenix a bit, in a complimentary. I loved Rey Fenix as a singles guy. I thought he was much better as a singles guy. And I think that's, like, what gets me about him is he's so good. He may not be, like, world title level. He's not the level of Bandido, who is. But, like, I love how El Clon just, you put him in, like, it's like a Vikingo situation again, where it's like, you put him on these TV matches and Dynamite, and you're like, oh, this guy fucks. This guy's very fucking good. I don't know if I've ever had El Clon versus Cassidy. That would be great. You know, there's people like this, and I feel like with El Clon, there's a lot, again, to do there. And I think they will. I think they will take advantage of it. I don't know how long Hologram's got left, because I forget what the injury was. I think it was a broken foot. So, maybe. But, again, as a wrestler, everything athleticism there, it's just been a complete shock. It really has been a complete shock with El Clon, and in the best way. Like, again, one of the highlights of the roster is seeing El Clon's just having these insane spots on multi-man matches so far, and I want him to have more singles matches. I think there's a lot there, and I hope they realise that. I hope they give him the mileage. I hope they give him, you know, a bit more stuff to do, because, again, he doesn't need to be a main event. He doesn't need to be a champion, but he just needs to hold off time. But everything he's doing in that sense is like, you give El Clon seems to be one of your reliable guys. Put him in the ring, and it's gonna fucking bang, and that's true. You know what I mean? Give me him versus Roddy any day. That works. Him versus Claudio, that works. Him versus Tommaso Ciampa's 10th heel, but Tommaso Ciampa versus El Clon. Oh, could you imagine that? Tommaso Ciampa versus El Clon. That's a banger, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much there, and I think they do realize it. I do. I just hope to God they don't strike the iron when it's cold. Frankly, I hope they just strike it while it's hot. Keep El Clon going. And frankly, if you have to, put him over Hologram, because, I mean, I know there's bias with Hologram being out, but I feel like there's never been as much as oh, this guy's good, as much as there has been with El Clon, rather than when Hologram was even not injured. So, but either way, if you've not watched the El Clon match, I mean, Jesus, it's great. You need to do so, because he steals the fucking show, and it's been such a lovely surprise. It really has. I cannot commend them enough. So yeah, that's my thoughts on El Clon. I didn't mention about I want the light up C on his chest to return. I think that has to happen. And yeah, what do you guys think of El Clon? I think he's been a wonderful surprise. I've made that very clear. I think he's great. And frankly, what's your opinion on him? And I can't stress this enough. I need Pac versus El Clon 1v1. That has to happen. There's no debate. It has to happen.